Hi everyone, welcome to the presentation on religion, dogmatism, education and liberation. It's very interesting to see the words, all these words in the same line, and in this presentation we'll talk about the relationship between them and my personal opinion on all the interrelationship. This is strictly for educational purpose and not to be distributed outside because privacy is a myth, my friend. Firstly, let's talk about religion. It is said to be a belief that God will help you reach a goal of salvation by following a set of belief and following a way of life. It is a very sensitive topic to talk about in the current political situation in India, but it is something that we'll have to address. It is a particular system of faith and worship, and when the system is different for different people, that's when there's a conflict of interest. We'll look deeply into it in the coming slides. So, what are the major religion in the world? Christianity is the highest with 2.1 billion followers, closely followed by Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism, and there are many more religions. Being an atheist, I don't believe in the system of religion, but there are so many people who do crazy stuff in the name of religion. For instance, we all know the demolition of Babri Masjid, which was undertaken by the right-wing Hindutva people. And in the second picture, you can see the torturing of Jews in the concentration camp because Hitler and his party felt that Jews were an impure religion. And in the third picture, we can see the Operation Blue and the subsequent assassination of Indira Gandhi. And in the fourth picture, we can see the atrocities of ISIS group, which they claim in the name of their religion. So I do not personally encourage doing things in name of religion, but uh, different people who are following different religion should be able to coexist peacefully, and they should respect each and everyone's belief. When I googled dogmatism, this is what Oxford had to tell. It is the tendency to lay down principles as undeniable truth without consideration of evidence or opinions of others. So, this is basically the guiding or underlying principle of major superstitions in many religions. So, dogmatism historically comes out as the characteristics of many religions, and on that basis, we define dogmatism as a method that has cognitive significance and by means of which religion objectifies its content. This process has resulted in shaping the religious doctrine. So, whenever you hear some people talk about some superstitious belief, and when they're not able to prove it scientifically, you know that it is a dogmatism. Many of us think we are educated. Time for introspection. Do you think we are really educated? Because true education is something that is not earned by getting degrees from premium institute or by mugging up the book and vomiting it in examination. But the true education is when you inculcate moral values, positive thinking, and the attitude of helping and giving to the society and imbibing the ethical values in it. That is when you can actually make a true change in the society. Education is very much important to ask questions on stupid superstition, which is based on dogmatism. So when you ask question on that, And as for scientific evidence, that's when your true education starts. That's when you start to learn things. Progressive education is seen as a sign of liberation. It is when we move away from the shackles or confinement of this belief, that is when we can go up the ladder of development. Liberation can be only attained by education. When you start questioning the dogmatism, you start realizing the ill effects of all this dogmatic principle, and that's when you will have a higher perception of life, and that's when you will become more developed, more open, and have a real change in the society.